welcome back to my channel. My name is Leigh for those of you who are new. Today's video is going to be Don't Kill Me. Okay, so I have this thing here on my channel where I do all of the birthstones. I do a birthstone inspired look, and I dropped the ball in November and December, but I wanted to make up for it, so I did do my November birthstone. The birthstone for November is Topaz. It is this really pretty gold, it's like a yellowy gold type look, and in person this look is a little more yellowy gold, but it's kind of coming off as like a green gold, so I did add a little bit of glitter to help with that. So I have my giveaways coming up. I am just waiting for the items to come here so that I can photograph them and put them on my YouTube and my Instagram so that you all can get that. So to all of my loyal subscribers, I would really appreciate it if you would share my video so that other people can get some of the love and you can help me reach my goal for 2019. We have our goals. We're putting it into the universe, speaking it into existence. Let's do this 2019. So if you are new to my channel, this is Callie and she's always here. Say hi, Callie. Callie is my daughter. She's about 20 months old and she makes a lot of noise, so that's why I do a lot of voiceovers. I know a lot of people like chit chat, get ready with me, and I would do that if I could sit in a room for an hour with complete and utter silence. But Leigh doesn't get that, so yeah, we have to make it work. So today I used the Morphe and Jaclyn Hill Armed and Gorgeous palette. That's what I mostly used on this eye today. I started a series where I was trying out all of these, and I think I only got through 2, and then I still have this one and the Dark Matter or Dark Magic one. I never got around to that, so I'm going to put this in that playlist as well since I am using this. No need for me to really do a review because you all know how I feel about these, and as you can see, my eyes came out pretty good for me to only use this palette. I really didn't need to use anything to help it out, so it came out overall, you know, pretty good. If you are new to my channel, before we get into this look, please make sure that if you like my videos, make sure to subscribe to my channel, hit the thumbs up if you like my videos, and then hit the notification bell so that you can be notified every time that I do an upload. So let's go ahead and just get right into the video. Okay, so right here I'm using the Jaclyn Hill and Morphe Armed and Gorgeous palette. This isn't a review or anything for this palette. This is just showing you what I used. So the first shade that I went in with was the color called Agent, which is this really pretty like reddish brown. It's one of the lighter browns in the palette. It's really, really pretty. And as you can see here, placing it on my eye base, which I already had primed using the MAC Soft Ochre paint pot, I'm just going to dab it into the shape that I want, and then once I have it in the shape, I'm going to take my my pencil brush. This is a Mikasa brush, and I'm going to lightly do small circular motions over that harsh line, and as you can see, it'll start to blend it out, and I'm going to continue this motion until I have it blended out as far as I want it. So you can continue this, like if you want the brown to go all the way up, you can go ahead and get a bigger brush and just bring it all the way up. But I brought it about halfway to where I would be comfortable with, and then I went in with this shade Access, which is like this yellow, it's like a mustard yellow shade, and then I took this smaller fluffy brush. This brush is a little less dense than the other one, and I'm going to place that over where I have that brown faded, and this just makes it so that it fades from brown into that really pretty like golden yellow. And even if you get a little bit of it on the brown, that's okay, because the motions that I'm going to do is as I buff it out, any product that I'm losing, I do add it back. So as you can see, I'm going in between the pencil brush and the fluffy blending brush because I am going to add product, blend it out, add product, blend it out, and I'm going to do this until I get the pigmentation that I am comfortable with, or you know, that I like. And you just repeat this step until you get it, you know, the way you like. So to darken up the inner and outer corner, I'm going in with the shade Prowl, which is a deeper brown. It pairs really well with the other brown, so you know. So then I'm going to cut my crease. You all know that I have recently been loving to cut my crease using the Makeup Forever Ultra HD concealer. So I'm just placing that on my lid, blending it out. I might do an entire video on how to cut your crease using concealer. just because I do feel like it can get a little challenging. The first time that I did it, it did not come out the way that I wanted it to, but now I think I've pretty much got it down pat for how I like it. So now I'm going to go ahead and add more of the Prowl color on the inner and outer corners. And as you can see, it does appear a little darker on the concealer, and that's just because the concealer is still wet. So you want to make sure that you work that in. A lot of the times with these eyeshadow looks, you do have to be a little patient because they look weird before they look good. Now in between that, this is a necessary step, although you're going to cover it. I'm going in with the shade Secure, which is like that orange color. And I'm going to blend out the edges of Prowl using that. And even though it's touching, you're not going to see that because I am going to cover it with this shade called Crave. I'm sorry, I believe it's called Coin. And I'm going to go ahead and add that to the center, and then I'm going to take my brush and blend out the edges. So I used one of those applicators that you get when you get like a cheap eyeshadow palette. It's really good for packing on color. And then I'm going to take a pencil, not a pencil brush, a sharper edged brush, and I'm going to add that Coin color to the top and just kind of fade it down into that gold. And then once I add my lashes, these are the Ardell 206. It's pretty much like a completed look. So then I'm going to move on to my face. No, I lied. I'm going to move on to my lower lash line, and I'm going to start by adding concealer to the bottom of my lower lash line and to conceal my dark spots. And then I'm going to go in with the shade Access, and I'm going to pat that on my lower lash line. And then after that, I'm going straight in with the dark brown. Sorry, brain fart. So right here, I was so blown because I put that foundation on and it squirted on my shirt. So like this shirt is ruined. So I went ahead and I'm using the NARS foundation. I believe this is the Luminous foundation. I will have it down in the description box. So yes, so I'm going in with my foundation, and I'm using a Real Techniques foundation brush. I love this brush if I'm going to be using a brush to put on my foundation. And I'm just going to place that all over my face. Nothing new, nothing spectacular. I'm just showing you the foundation that I'm using. And then for concealer, I'm using the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer. This is in, I use caramel and I use ginger. So to highlight, I use ginger, and I used caramel earlier to conceal. So now I'm going to place that on the high points, and I'm using my Juno, I believe it's the Velvet sponge. I love this sponge way more than I like the Beauty Blender. It's so amazing. So I'm going to go ahead and place that on the points where I usually place my highlighter. And then I'm going to conceal using I'm going to contour. I don't know why I can't talk today. I'm going to contour using the Fenty Beauty Matte Matchstick, and this is in the shade Truffle. And then we're going to blend that out using my Luxie brush. The names for everything will be down in the description box if I do not mention it right here. So this is all just, you know, normal stuff. I mean, you guys have seen me do my foundation routine. I might have an updated one for 2019. I don't really do anything too different, but I do have a couple of techniques that I use that I didn't do before. So right here, I'm setting with powder underneath my eyes. And then I find that setting and then baking works best for me. So here I'm using the Laura Mercier powder to bake with. This is like an oldie but a goodie. It's like one of those things you like go in your drawer and you're like, oh, I haven't used that in a while. And then you use it and you're like, I remember why I used that. So I almost never cut underneath my bronzer, but I did today and I don't like it. So here is the Laura Mercier powder. Yep. And then I'm going to go ahead and blend underneath my eyes so that just between the concealer and the eyeshadow, it doesn't have like a harsh line. So here I'm going in with this Morphe contour and highlighting kit. You guys know I've been loving this. My husband got it for me for Christmas and it's been my jam. So the bronzer that I'm using out of this is called Donut, which is a really nice light bronzer. And then for blush, I'm using the shade MUA.
I wasn't sure which shade I was going to use. I usually go for Unapologetic, but today I used MUA, which was really pretty, and it worked really well with my eye look, like it was warm enough for my eye look. And now I'm using a fluffy brush, and I'm dusting away any excess powder and just like blending everything together. So right here was an extra step. I used, sorry, that was Dylan. I used a little bit of glitter glue and some loose glitter, and I placed that on the center of my tear duct. And now I'm going to go ahead and set everything in place using a face spray. That was the Mario Badescu. And then before I go any further, I'm going to go ahead and add my lickable. I'm adding my Artist Couture highlight in the shade Lickable to the high points. So for lips, I'm going in with my favorite lip liner at the moment, which is Attitude by Bare Minerals. Then I went in with a Dose of Colors lipstick, which I believe was called Poise, and then to top it. So once you've done that, you can go ahead and you're pretty much done. So thank you all so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed this tutorial. Please make sure to like, share, and subscribe to my channel. And until next time, beauties, mwah, stay blessed.